So Matt Wenning is probably one of the strongest men on the planet. Not only that, he's probably one of the most knowledgeable men on the planet when it comes to strength and strength training. He's held multiple world records, I think, in squats, in equipped powerlifting. He's a 600-pound bench presser. And not only that, I think he's an expert in biomechanics. I'm pretty sure he's even a tactical advisor to the US military. Basically, this guy's got a PhD in strength. Most people will have forgotten more about strength. Matt Wenning's probably forgotten more about strength than most people will ever know. So the other day yesterday, in fact, I was just looking, through Reddit, YouTube, at strength training and stuff like that, and there was supposed to be a clip of Matt Wenning squatting 800 pounds for a double, which is a scarcely believable feat for a human being, in my opinion. An amazing achievement, that. But the clip wasn't there for some reason. It had been removed and the clip wasn't there, but all the comments were, and I could not believe the comments. In fact, I could believe the comments. In this day and age, it didn't surprise me, but 80% of them were negative comments, questioning his squat depth, or saying things like, that's not a squat, that squat's high, and it's like, wow, the game is gone when there's people, I guarantee that most of the people criticising that squat probably wouldn't total 800 pounds at a powerlifting meet. It's just crazy. It's like a virgin watching a porn film and critiquing the porn star because he's not doing it right. I mean, it's ridiculous. It just goes to show that modern gym culture celebrates style over substance. The squat is not a mobility. I mean, the squat is a strength movement, isn't it? It's to build strength. Now, you see a clip of anyone on social media squatting ATG, even if it's just 60 kilos, they won't get anything but positive comments. Now, I'm not knocking that. An ATG squat is the best looking squat by far. It's the most impressive. There's nothing better than a Clarence Kennedy squat. But to say Matt Wenning doesn't know how to squat is amazing. This Matt Wenning probably, do you think he's going to do a subpar squat? I mean, this guy is he's going to squat the best way he thinks to produce strength, to produce lower body musculature, and to prevent injury. And now, in this day and age, people just jump on bandwagons. They just seem to go with the popular consensus, and instead of using their own brains. And if you're not squatting ATG, it doesn't count. If you're 1 inch above parallel, that's doing nothing. It's not even a squat. Not until you break that magical hip below the crease is it a squat. I mean, that's ridiculous. You look at old clips. I'm sure this is a modern phenomenon. You look at old clips from the 80s and 90s, the bodybuilders squatting. They're not seeing if they can get the hip past the crease of the hip past the knee. They're just squatting to in and around parallel, and they're building monstrous strength and monstrous legs. It's crazy. And obviously this is with the surging popularity in powerlifting. People now are freeze framing every squat to see if that crease of the hip is below the knee. It's sad, isn't it? I used to do it myself when I first got into squatting. So I was thinking of competing in powerlifting, but if we're going to hold the standard bearer of what a good squat is to powerlifting standards, then what about the bench press? And what's that about? That's a joke, isn't it? It's more about being a contortionist than a strong person. And then you can't tell me that there is a bigger difference between squatting 1 inch above parallel and 1 inch below parallel as there is between doing a fully upright sumo deadlift where you lock the weight out below your knee and comparing that to a conventional deadlift where someone is fully hinged over and looking out at the waist. The difference between them two is enormous. The difference between a squat above parallel and below parallel is a couple of inches. I just found it quite annoying. The people are squatting now, it's almost like it's a performance. You're squatting to get strong. If you can squat ATG, a lot of weight, that's fantastic. I'd love to be able to do that, but not everyone can. And just because people squat to parallel or just below parallel doesn't mean it's not a squat. And for people like that to criticise someone like Matt Wenning for his squat depth, I just find just laughable. It really is. It's just laughable. But yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. To be honest, it was it just annoyed me. And I was thinking about it today because I was doing some squatting. I was doing some box squats, and I was doing them today in no shoes. I didn't do them in the squat shoes today. I did them flat-footed. Seemed to be a bit easier. And then I just did some like high rep squat work after. I did a set of 5 at 160 kilos. Then a set of 10 at 140 kilos. And then I dropped it down to 100 for a big set of 25 reps, which was quite tough, not tough strength-wise, but quite a tough conditioning-wise. It's good to do a bit of high rep squats, but then my legs were dead. So when it came to the deadlifts, I didn't have much in me. I hit a 90% deadlift yesterday. So I just thought I'll keep it light, keep it at 140 kilos, and just do a quick triple. Push the press back. I'm going to go for an overhead press tomorrow. That's going to be my last heavy press. Friday, going to be my last heavy deadlift, and then I'm moving on to a new phase of training for the winter period. And it's going to be a lot less intense.